Let's go on and talk about some combined composite curves. Now, if you take a look at the slide here, you'll see these red dots indicate points here, and they would end up with a mesh with some elements. If we wanted this four-corner mapped mesh, we'd have to go out here and say we wanted to put 12 or 15 elements on this curve. We'd have to determine how many of those 12 or 15 on this, all of these opposing curves. So what I'm about to show you will eliminate the need to do that. So let's just go and grab this model right here, and you see I'm just going to mesh this surface, and we're going to see how the combined composite curves will help us out. Now again, what the combined composite curves do is it simply forces Femap to take a collection of smaller curves and mesh them as one. And so again, this is another good opportunity to go back and locate short edges in our entity locator. So again, I'm going to change this to transparent highlight and show labels, because that'll help me identify where my short curve is. And again, I'm going to show you what the composite curve does, but right here it gives us the opportunity. We can go and click Combine Composite Curves. Go ahead and add by point. You can add by point, curves, split, remove, or delete a composite curve. So I'm going to click there, and I'm going to toggle my locator off. And you can see it changes that curve to a light blue color. I should have shown what the mesh looks like to start with. So let's take a look at that. We'll map mesh this, and we'll make sure we have at least 2 on every curve. And that's what the mesh looks like if we don't do the combined composite curve. So let's go and add that short one in again. That cleans up there, so now you can see we've already getting a better uniform mesh. And we'll go ahead and go around these as well, and we get a nice uniform mesh all the way around the surface. So the combined composite curves just simply takes a collection of curves and forces them to be meshed as one curve. Okay, there's a very similar command called Combine Boundary Surfaces. And I've got one here that's pretty much a messy piece of geometry. So the combined boundary surfaces, like the combined composite curves, is going to take a selection of surfaces and force Femap to mesh them as if they were one surface. So what I'm going to do is add by curve. We could add by surface, split, remove, or delete a boundary surface, remove a part of it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit my select icon, and we're just going to take a look at these 2 surfaces. You can see what is forming now. You see it formed a nice rectangular region there. And again, kind of a rectangular region here. So now we can go to our mesh surface tool. Again, we'll click on mapped meshing, click on the surfaces. It'll take a second to mesh that one. Again, turn my geometry off, and you see we got a nice uniform mesh. And just to make a comparison, if we undo and mesh our surfaces, see what we get without using our tool. Not as much conformance to our geometry, and not as nice of a mesh either. So again, we can just take the combined boundary surfaces, add by curves or surfaces, so we could simply grab to that one. And it actually combined them all into one there. And again, I should have went to the mesh surface tool, mesh our surface, and we have a different type of mapping, but again, a uniform mesh. Okay. So combined composite curves, combined boundary surfaces. Again, it's just forcing the mesh to mesh a group of surfaces as one.